Hello, in this video I'll be going over this visual model once again, and I'll explain how it's supposed to function, the end result of its functioning, as well as the synchronization of the actual rings. So I'll start off by saying that if you could imagine a rainbow, and most of the time we only see half the rainbow, and what I've been able to do, folks, is, the simple thought was, what if, the rainbow didn't end where it does? We usually see it hits the earth and that's the end of it, and we just admire its beauty. But what if it continued to go, and then once it becomes complete, that's basically what I've done. We have half the rainbow, and what I've been able to do is to visualize its completion, and once you turn that horizontal, this is what we have here, this visual model. So with that said, it's kind of funny, but this could be like what, the old wives tell, or what the ancients said, like, oh, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. This is it, folks. In my mind, like, it's such a simple yet powerful notion and idea that if this does work, we will be able to tap into not only this as being a source, but create the drinkable water, which is my dream and vision, to create potable water for us to drink, as well as available energy for us to continue to grow. So, back up the existing grid, let them have a new source to tap into as we continue to grow and expand. So, allow me to explain the actual theory now. So basically, like, you have to imagine a rainbow. So we have here on the outside, right here, we have the color red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, indigo, and the color purple's in the center ring here. Now, if you notice out here, the color red has a very long, from crest to crest, has a very long, in length it is long, rather in comparison to the color purple in here. From crest to crest is a lot shorter. Now, from crest to crest, each ring has its own period or length. So as you gradually move out, they become longer, and the color red has the longest crest to crest ratio. And the thing about this is, what we have here is a half pipe, right? And so that's what you have to imagine. And once you get close from the crest to the trough to the crest again, the notion is here, how do we get into a new period? And so with that, I know that's a little bit of trigonometry, and I by no means am a mathematician or a genius in that avenue, but once you have a circle, for instance, when we start dealing with amplitudes and frequencies in the form of wavelengths, because the color red has a certain wavelength, right? And the color purple has its own wavelength, as does sound, or everything's a wavelength. So what I've been able to do, if you will, is utilize the rainbow, if you will, in its own colors from the light spectrum, and allow it to tap into that, making it tangible and pragmatic and practical in this plane of existence. So with this frequency, right, so what we have here is a circle, and in trigonometry, basically you're able to look at the frequencies, which is, you can control, the whole amplitude and frequencies, which is all mathematics about. I don't want to go into that. I'm not a tutor, nor am I a mathematician by any means. But what I am is an inventor, and so I'm going to explain this thing right here. Now, with understanding of that from crest to crest, this is the genius behind this simple idea, this notion of light. And so what we have normally, according to Newton's physics, is that like, for instance, if you're like a skateboard or something, you're eventually going to find its lowest point of gravity, and everything's going to come to a stop like this. So I'm going to demonstrate that. So this is going to keep on going, right, until it stops. But you see, it wants to go. So the thing is this is the simple notion and thought behind the fundamental principle of this visual model, as well as this natural occurring phenomenon. So as it comes down the slope and it reaches the upslope, what would give this enough energy to get over this apex here, or this crest? And this is the notion that if this if this ring was connected to something else that moves simultaneously, so if this was on the downslope, this would give it enough energy to get over into a whole new cycle and period. You can see how it kind of moves. But that's the genius, if you will, behind this simple idea, is as this thing approaches the upslope and this one's coming down, it's going to give it enough energy and inertia to continue moving. Hence, you'll have continuous movement as well as quite a phenomenal new form of motion or energy, if you will, utilizing atmospheric pressure and gravity, which is it's a radical or a foreign notion, a foreign thought, as new inventions and ideas are. But this is why we have 7 rings. This is why we have 7 wheels, 7 connecting rods, and 1 source, 1 drive shaft. Okay, because all of them are connected together. They're all working for the same thing, much like light. When light hits a prism, it disperses its colors. It rebuilds itself, right? Therefore, light in the rainbows is but the same thing. So light now has just basically been dispersed into this pragmatic and practical realm of our existence, so to speak. Instead of seeing it travel 360,000 miles per hour, forgive me, 180,000 miles per second, it is now able to you know, be utilized here in this plane of existence. Because if something's traveling 180,000 miles per second, it's kind of hard to grab that. You know what I mean? But that's what I've been able to do. If you've been able to, like, I've been given a light wave or a light beam, and this is what it turned into. This is the end result, if you will. And so with that, like, I just want to touch on the point of Einstein thought he dreamt that he was riding a light wave when he kind of came up with the whole notion of theory of relativity, which is this is kind of parallels this, all right? Like the whole notion of this is light bent, essentially. This is bending light, and to be able to tap into this as a resource, like a natural resource, is phenomenal. And I want to prove this, folks, but I need your help in doing so. Hopefully, in another video, I'm going to explain the actual theory a little bit more as far as on a PowerPoint and the whole prism and everything. But for now, this is the visual model. This is why I believe the concept will work, and this is why I'm being so forthright and open and honest with this, because I believe it has potential. This is something worth, you know, building, and I want to be the one building this. I want to be the one who has the resources, if you're able to contribute towards that endeavor, and allow this to see if this functions. I believe that there's other ways that I could get this thing to work, you know, being the creator of this thing, but I need your help. And you know what, folks, this is but one idea, and I say that knowing that my intentions are to contribute. So if you would, listen to the other videos that I have, but you know, this one's obviously the crux of everything here, the centerpiece. So please pass this on to some of your friends on Facebook that I ask you, or any media, social media network that you utilize currently, and get this out there. So lastly, I'd just like to end this with my name. My name is Aaron Kirkaby. I am an inventor, and I'm with Kirkaby Industries. This is the model that I'm actually going to be getting, or rather the company that I'm going to be getting started. So thank you for tuning into this one. Bye.